Hi, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop. This video is going to be a in-depth look at how these are made. These are the brackets I make for my Cyclone Rake. I have quite a few sets ready to go if anybody's interested. You can watch some of my videos that are titled My Cyclone Rake Upgrades. But this video is going to be on how these are cut out and a complete process of how they're powder coated and all the work that has to go into it. It's just something I thought some viewers may be interested in. If you're not, just, I guess, fast forward through it or whatever you want to do. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and we'll show you the video. Okay, this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, believe it or not, and we are at 388 West Clay Avenue in Muskegon, Michigan, and this is our Fab Lab. And it's basically a business that you can join with an annual fee, and you can use all the stuff inside the Fab Lab to do whatever you want to do. We just got done cutting some steel for a project I'm making to sell, and this is the building. You'll see a little bit of the inside when we're cutting the material. Okay, this is inside the Fab Lab, and we're going to start cutting out some parts on this plasma table. Now, it is powered by a standard unit, like a handheld unit. It just has a different torch head, and it's on what they call a wet table. The pressure coming out of the end of that torch is about 100 psi, and the water inside the table absorbs the energy and the grit from the kerf that we're making in the piece of steel. Now, all this was set up, drew, and designed by Gabriel. He's the one that runs the Fab Lab. I just gave him a print rough sketched with dimensions, and he came up with it. And that was a pair of dark glasses he threw to me and laid it out. Now, you'd think as you lay this out, you tell the computer that you want so many pieces out of a sheet, and you would think it'd start in the top corner and just work in rows until it had it all cut out. But it doesn't. It skips all over and does its thing. Now, we're going to let this run for a few minutes and let you watch this thing and how it works. It is kind of noisy, so I shut the volume off on it, so I guess so you can hear me talking. It's quite interesting on how these machines work. I wouldn't mind having one of these in my shop. I'll have to say that. Okay, this segment is going to be on powder coating. This is a company with their phone number. The building I'm about to go into is where they do the sandblasting. The building over here across the street, that's where they actually powder coat them. And we're going to go through the whole process. Now, they powder coat and sandblast just about anything. There's someone's stock car. We're going to be doing that one. Probably not today. And semi-rims. Some fencing. And they even have a motorcycle trailer, 3-place, that they're going to be working on. Okay, here he is sandblasting my parts, and he's pretty fast because each one of them parts aren't taking him very long to do. And in the next segment, he's going to be shutting the system down. And because of the pot being so large and all the hose, it takes a while for all the air pressure to die off so he can actually let go of that gun. Well, sounds like he's done sandblasting. Sure don't take you long to get through all them.
Yeah.
Now, do they blow them off over here or over there?
Both. We do both.
Oh. Don't look too bad out here. Thought it was supposed to rain. Hey, throw it right in the back of that truck.
Got them all done up, huh?
Yep. Well, thanks for a view into the life of a sandblaster. Thanks a lot, Brent. Well, this is the powder room, and it looks like they're already doing some yellow. Good sized building. That's Nick. Okay, you can see the pile of hooks they have over there on that bench, and this is what they use them for. They'll hang these hooks on these racks, and then they rack up all the parts that we're going to paint on the hook. You can see he's got quite a few hung up over there already. And they just changed colors. When you can't powder coat two different colors in the oven at the same time. Once in a while, some of the powder will come loose and float around, and if it touches a different color, it'll contaminate it, and you'll see that little speck of color that's not supposed to be there. The spray booth is this one we can see here, and the oven is way down there beyond the spray booth. It's hard to see it, but the oven is at 394 degrees, I think he says, and they have to stay in there for about 20 minutes because of the thickness of these brackets just being around 1/8 of an inch. He told me if they do a part that's, say, 2 inches thick, it has to stay in there for like 3 to 4 hours. The steel has got to get hot enough to melt the powder. And they just got done cleaning the spray booth, they switched from white to yellow, and everything in the spray booth has to be blown off. Any white powder left in the booth will show up in the yellow paint. So they got big air nozzles and guns, and they blow all the white off the walls and the floor. They got to blow the guns out. It's quite a process to change colors. And they got most of them racked up. They try to get as much stuff on a rack as possible to get more jobs done in the same amount of time. If everything they're doing is yellow, they can put as many different parts on that rack as they can get on there, but they all have to be about the same thickness. Otherwise you'll overbake one part and the other one won't be shiny because it didn't get hot enough. When he gets in there to start spraying, I'm hoping he'll tell us what he's doing. Looks like they're going to hang all my pieces on one rack. Now he's getting rid of the yellow and going to yellow. Getting rid of the white and he's going to yellow. That must be the box of powder right there. And it has a suction tube that he drops down in the box.
Everything out there.
Looks like it's ready to go. Then he's got to blow down the walls and get all the loose white powder out of the room. So it doesn't get picked up and stick onto the yellow paint. Banging or popping you hear every once in a while is a automatic, I don't know what you call it, it automatically bangs the filters to knock the dust out of them so they don't get plugged up. Looks like they're getting ready to push them in. Get all the sand off them from sandblasting. Okay. Don't know what else. Oh, now he's blowing a gun to make sure he gets all the white out before the yellow. It sure looks like a messy job. With that ground hooked to the rack, and you can spray one side of the part and it will circle around and get the back side. Because of the looks like you have an awful lot of overspray. But it does a good job of circling around the part and coating the whole thing. It's just the way it's electrically charged. Again, the banging noise you hear is the automatic way they knock the dirt out of the filter so they don't get plugged up. I don't know if you can watch the filters when it pops. You can see they're starting to get built up with yellow. To hold this steady. have any windows in the oven. And this looks like all the different colors they have that they can use. Now I said there's blowers on both sides of this spray booth. The part down here that sticks out is one of them. The filters are in there, and the blower is sucking the air through the filters and back out into this room. And that is the filter paper that's filtering the air going in. You don't want any dust or dirt to get mixed in with the powder. Now it must be he's checking the parts with this light to make sure they got enough powder on them. Ready to roll them in the oven. Did he say it was in there?
About 400. There's a gauge on the side of the way over there.
Oh, okay. Boy, you can feel the heat when they open that door. Oh, looks like the racks have done. He's looking for a pair of gloves so he can roll that rack out of there. Making it a little smoother to get in there so you don't lose any powder. Standing right next to this oven, this baby is hot. rack. Once he closes the doors, it'll be about 20 minutes. Some of the yellow powder coming off the crack as he rolls it in there. That's what they're afraid of and why you can't mix colors in the oven. Could the wife make a lot of cookies in there or what? Now we wait for 20 minutes?
Half hour.
Half hour?
Part has to get up to temp and it's got to bake.
Okay.
Half hour. Bigger stuff to take longer.
Now it looks like they're cleaning the room so they can switch to another color. I guess that's better than sweeping it with a broom. All blown out, then he's going to blow out all the paint lines in the gun, just like he did with get rid of the yellow or the white when he switched to the yellow. Well, the oven is climbed up to 389 degrees. And the limit is set at 390, so it's cycling right now. The burner has got to be kicking on and off to maintain 390 in that furnace. But yet on the outside of the furnace, you can hold your hand on it and it's not that warm. It must be awfully well insulated. Well, we'll be back in 25 minutes. Hey, it's been a half hour. They pulled them out. Now, how long does it take them to cool down from almost 400 degrees? How long does it take these things to cool down?
A half hour. Fan out.
20 minutes.
Oh, a little bit.
Especially with the fan out.
One on top.
They look yellow. Well, that door for a toolbox?
Looks like it, don't it? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they pop though in the oven, the powder will bubble up. And that's what happened to that one over there. That's why we sand them usually, like with the handrail and stuff, because those do that.
Well, in 20 minutes we can box them up and be on our merry way. Well, he's just checking to make sure they're cool enough, and then they're going to wrap them up and put them in the box.
Can't do all the sand out of the box.
Oh, okay. And well, I want to get back here. I want to thank you two guys for your hard work. It sure makes it easy. I don't have to spray paint these things.
Yeah, you do what we did.
I really appreciate it.